Good morning, or good evening, or good whatever time it is where you're from. Welcome to the stream. We are going to try to break 1200 elo, rapid elo today. So we'll see how it goes. I think the best thing we can do is just to lock in and get it. So let's do it. Not going to be a super long stream today. I'm about to go on vacation, visit family in northern Wisconsin, so probably not going to be super long because I'll have to get going soon. Anyway, hello! Okay, and we have possibly a Jabava London. We have a Jabava, but in this type of Jabava, we don't do our Pawn Storm, Kingside Pawn Storm. Instead, in this type of Jabava, we usually end up castling Kingside. Anytime this pawn comes forward, locking this bishop out, we don't do our Pawn Storm. Now, I believe the move here is just to go and play e3. And if they want to take, that's fine. We're gonna have a weird pawn structure over here, but we'll end up playing knight to f3, and we'll end up playing g3, and we'll kind of have this zigzag-looking pawn structure if they decide to take. So, nothing we need to be too concerned about yet. They take, we retake. Like I said, gonna try to get the knight out right away. Or in this case, since they're immediately targeting the pawn, I'm just gonna go ahead and defend it. And then, yeah, we're gonna jump our knight into f3. Eventually, we'd love to get it over to e5. So we're just going to jump in right now. They're getting ready to, it looks like, to push g5. I'm not sure if that's a super good move or not. Now I'm thinking with how it's kind of starting to look, I might go and, I might castle queenside. Let's see. So now what I'm kind of cooking is I'm thinking about just jumping in to e5 right now. If they want to take, that's fine. I'll take towards the center, and we'll kind of lock in the center here. Am I concerned with this push? Not really. If they want to do that, it looks like they're really weakening their king's safety. So I guess I'm not too concerned with that. Other moves, other candidate moves, I could play bishop to h3. But I think right now I like just jumping in. Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. If allowed, I could also jump to e5. If they don't retake right away, I could go queen to h5, threatening a bunch of... but that doesn't quite work. Well, let's see. Then they could block, take with knight, take back, take with queen, put in check. Am I getting enough compensation for the knight for sacrificing? I don't know. It's kind of tough. I don't think I am right now, but either way, I think I'm going to jump here to e5. And we'll see what they intend to do. Oh, wow. We're nearly the same in rapid? That's cool. 500 elo in 2 days, that's nuts. I mean, I grinded 200 elo in a month, but never... that's the best I've done. Okay, let's see. So they're going to castle queenside. I could just go ahead and start storming on the queen side just to ask them, are they sure? Or I can just develop. I could also, I guess, jump in here, tickle the queen. Do we like tickling the queen? Actually, tickling the queen looks great, doesn't it? Because then we're gonna get in here. It looks really good. I do think, unfortunately, with the queen tickle maneuver right now, though, that the queen can just come down and put me in check, and then I have to go back. And then they're also threatening this. So, maybe not with the queen tickling right now. Although if they castle right now, that's great too, because then we get a little family fork happening. Well, not family fork, but the rooks and the queen. So maybe I just do nothing, or maybe I just play a really slow, quiet move like A3. Yeah, we're just gonna play quiet. Quiet move. Or see what they do. Okay. Thank you. That was very nice of you. The house might be falling now, though, because maybe is this on the table now? Is a little queen to h5 on the table, almost? Because I feel like this knight is doomed. So I might feel like maybe that's not such a bad thought now. Actually, this is great, because this is here. Yeah, let's do a little action on this side of the board with queen to h5. If king moves aside, we've also got another fork. So, got all kinds of forks going on. We'll see. I could envision a weird scenario where just the entire house falls. Okay, they go on that side. So there isn't going to be, like, a huge sort of... Oh no, actually there is. This is horrible. Jeez. You should resign! Oh, that's horrible. Bad luck. I mean... Yeah. And look, this is a check again. Oh my god. Well, I mean, not that it matters, but we're gonna take the queen out. They move there. Jeez. Now everything is like, all roads are leading to Victory Town, I think. We could just castle now and sort of rub it in our opponent's face. I don't know what I like. There's all like so many good options. Am I greedy? Am I like a pawn grabber? I could be, but then it feels like I might get my knight trapped. And do I really want to, like, grab pawns right now? I think I want to finish my development. I think, I'm kind of thinking bishop to h3 might be in order. And then followed by castling kings. I mean, it all looks amazing. I've kind of shut down a lot of counterplay. Yeah, I mean, they could get in there. Okay. I'm gonna develop, although am I worried about my queen getting, you know, otherwise I can just move in here like this and threaten a bunch. Yeah, you know what, that looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, threaten to get in here. Alright. King, I imagine, has to move here to protect against the shenanigans. Maybe then I take. I don't know. I mean, I imagine the only thing at this point, the king has to move there. So king moves here, and then I guess we just finish with our development at this stage. Now I'm even thinking bishop here might be valuable. So many things on the table. I'm actually thinking about castle and queenside because I'm a little bit worried about, like, if this knight moves, say I do grab a pawn, it's going to leave this pawn undefended. So castle and kingside would be a good way to get my king into safety and add another defender to that pawn, at least until I'm able to, like, protect it with another pawn. That doesn't... are they trying to trap my queen? Let's see, goes there. Goes here. I don't think that traps it. Hold on. There, takes... maybe they can bring their king in? Is that their plan? Well, I think now this is definitely free and on the table. Maybe, I mean, I shouldn't get too greedy. This is also good, just bringing in another reinforcement. Yeah, I don't have to take that right now. I'm perfectly good. And I do think if I get in there and I get greedy, they are able to trap the queen. So maybe get the bishop to h3, take the pawn, maybe get some, not that, take the pawn, maybe target this pawn here, get a pawn push going, target this, maybe all of that. Yeah, because I don't think I'm in a hurry to take this pawn. It just traps my queen. Let's see what they do. Although again, this is a little bit weak if I end up moving this away. It might be good first to defend. Oh, they're gonna move in. They're moving in right now. Oh, that might be. Oh, that's interesting now. I think I'm going to take first. I think. Let's see. Takes. I might sack here. I don't know. They're going to move up and get developed. I still want to take like that. And then maybe I can still get out, is the crazy thing. Hold on a moment. Calculating. Takes. Can't do that. Takes. King comes in. It's tough. It's a tough thing. I think we'll just do this first. Because I want, I'd like to create some ways for my queen to get out. I do want to take that rook, but I'm still really convinced that that's just trapping my queen. Oh, they're going there now. But now their king can't go there. Well, now their king can go in there. And now I've effectively committed myself to needing to do this bit. So, we'll do it. Okay. They are going to temporarily trap my queen in the corner. But I'm not too concerned with it. I can still do a jump. Wow, okay. No. No rematches, please. And we did it! I broke 1200. I've been trying to break 1200 for, like, months. Because what I did was, I ended up getting into, like, Blitz, and really addicted to Blitz for a while, and trying to get my Blitz rating up, which I did, but I also feel like going so heavily into Blitz really demotivated me for a little while, because I wasn't, you know, getting quite the elo that I wanted there, so it caused my, my rapid elo to suffer, but yeah. So, finally, 1200, pushing past that. Let's take a look at the game review. Okay, we played at 81%. Not stellar, but obviously it got the job done. I like seeing 90s, but, you know, got the job done. And keep forgetting, too, whenever I look at, like, the percentages down here, that my stupid fat head is in the way of these accuracies, so... Anyway, 98.5% in the opening. My opponent had 96%, so we both did really well in the opening. My middle game was 69.8%. Their middle game was 49.2%. So let's just take a look at that real quick and see how we did. Hello! Commander Pinback. Welcome to the stream. Okay, hold on a moment. They want a 30-minute game? Okay. Wait, is it rated or unrated? Hold on a moment. If they're playing a rated game, that would not be good for them, or, I mean, anyone. I'll play, if that was someone in the stream, wanting to challenge me to a game, can you make it, like, a 10-minute rapid instead? I don't have, like, I'm about to leave on, like, a vacation and right after the stream, so I don't really have potentially an hour to play another game of chess. But, yeah, if you're in stream and you were challenging me, yeah, if you could do unrated and make it, like, a 10-minute rapid, or even a 15-10, that'd be really good. All right. Anyway, back to my review, which I'll do real quick, just so that I learned something, and because I'm stalling to see if that person ends up challenging me, but with a time limit that I can deal with today. All right. So we played our Jabava, and they closed up the pawn chain here without letting the bishop out. When they let the bishop out, you can play f3 and then just start pawn pushing, get an early pawn storm, trade off the light squared bishops, get your queen into position, and have a really good game usually. But when they do this sort of move, it's usually a signal that you're going to be changing things up. You're going to be castling kingside instead of queenside. You're not going to get in your pawn storm on this side. But you can always, like, shuffle your knight out of the way and do a pawn storm on the queen side instead. Okay. Yep, never mind. We'll do a game. If you're in stream, which I think you are because you did a 1510, please go ahead and mute the stream so that you're not stream sniping all the moves. If you are, I will mess with you and tell you the worst moves. So here we go. Playing knight out. No, they still didn't. Okay, well, whatever. They still didn't do unrated, so we'll see what happens. I feel like some of the other people in past streams have messed with me. They'll go in with like a Rapid account where they never play Rapid and they only do Blitz, and they give me this false hope that things will go really well. And then when they don't go well, you know, it's like, haha, I fooled Sprout. That happened the last stream. they were playing this amazing game. Did an Alien Gambit on me, even though their rating was 600 elo. I'm like, what is going on? This is not right. I looked at their profile and they had like a 1500 Blitz rating. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Jeez. We're getting a, not even a bothering to fight for the center variant here. I really do think they should fight for the center, and we can do either an advance or an exchange. But we're just going to go ahead and pin the knight and seal up the pawn chain. Yeah, so we'll seal up the pawn chain here. Always important once you get the bishop out in a Caro-Kann structure to always seal up the pawn chain. I don't think there's a huge risk in this particular game because they haven't like pushed e4, e5 yet, but in some of those lines, if you forget, like if you wait too long to play e6, they end up pushing further into e6 themselves. Then you're forced to take and double up the pawns in the center, and that's just horrible for your development. So, yeah. Just got to make sure to do that. And if push comes to shove, I will be taking this knight. Okay. We're just having a good friendly game now, aren't we? Looks very friendly. Super friendly. Alright, well, since we're all friends, we're playing such a friendly game, I think I'm just gonna... Can't draw lines. I'm gonna play knight to g6, and then just do bishop to d6, and we'll see what happens. I really feel like this has to be... I really am sus them getting trolled here somehow. So, we'll see. That's why I don't want to get, like... I don't want to go into, like... okay, I'm a little... I'm less convinced that I'm getting trolled after that move. Do I even want to do anything there, or do I want to just allow that? I mean, I could allow that, and we could just push there instead. Say if you do that, I'm jumping into the center. Otherwise, we can just trade here, I suppose. There's nothing wrong with trading, is there? Actually, trading's probably fine, because then we open up this line to this, and then we just go ahead and take and end up a pawn up. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? But to do that, I think I first have to take here, just to make sure that whole situation works. Now, they can come out with a queen. Am I worried about that? No. I think I do it in that order. Okay, they do that. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, that was the best move, so... Otherwise, they could have wrecked their pawn structure, which I feel like is a beginner thing to do, a level, 200 elo thing to do. Yeah, so I think we'll take there. And then we'll see what they take with. If they develop with their bishop, I will just... huh. Okay. Interesting. Alright, well I guess we develop with tempo there, threaten the knight, and then maybe we can have some tradey action going on in the center. Maybe. We'll see. This is still a possibility, so if that happens, we might have to go back. I'd like to keep an eye on the bishop, so we probably go here. My opponent's playing very well. Very, very well for a 200. Very suspiciously well for a 200. Yeah, I hope I'm not getting... I hope this is legit. This is... They are, you know... They're playing up... Okay, well... I think... The House of Cards is coming down now. House of Cards is coming down. Yep. I could be a pawn grabber. Or do I, yeah, I'm a pawn grabber. I'm definitely in this situation pawn grabber. Gotta make sure that the, that I don't somehow get trapped. But I don't think there's any way to get trapped after grabbing that pawn. I grab the pawn and then I just go back to, you know, anywhere. That looks great. Close up things on d5 until I'm ready to reopen it with getting my rook on that file. That looks fine. My opponent played really, really well up to that point. And I mean, that's usually the way it works with under 1,000 elo players. They do, like, a lot of them have a really firm grasp on, like, opening theory, surprisingly. But yeah, there'll just be one little slip in the calculations. Do I troll them or something? Go back here? Force them to move again? Then that looks like a little situation. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to. We'll go here. We still tickle the rook. It's all good. But yeah, still though, I don't know. You guys in chat, maybe you can let me know. Do you think this is a legit, like, 200 elo player? I mean, I guess it seems like so now, but they played really good in the beginning for 200 elo. So, seems, like I said, seems sus, but I mean, I don't think they're cheating or anything. Well, I mean, if they were cheating, they probably shouldn't have hung their piece like that, but yeah. Oh no, they disconnected. I hope they reconnect. I don't want to win the game like this, because, honestly, I'm only one piece up, you know? Like, yeah, I'm only one piece up, so there's no reason to, resign, especially, like, at this elo range when your opponent is a piece up on you. Like, play on. They can blunder it all, and they can blunder it all in the end game. So there's always chances. So we'll still, like, no matter what, we'll go through this game and kind of see what my opponent could do differently in the future. But yeah, overall, they were just they were really good. They just missed the whole, like, tactic with removing one of the defenders of that bishop. So they just missed that. Yeah, but anyway, again, I think whoever you are, if you're in chat, you played really well. I'm sorry that your internet connection is shoddy or that you abandoned the game. I've been seeing a lot of people complain about that in the forums, actually. It seems like chess.com did a bunch of, like, updates recently, and they have some problems where lots of people are getting, like, disconnects or something. I haven't yet, thankfully, but... Anyway, so that was an interesting game. Let's review. I was really thinking I was going to get trolled, and then I was going to lose 18 elo, and I'd drop below 1200 again and cry. Yeah. I don't have any emotes for crying, so I'd just look very grumpy. But I would be, believe me, I'd be crying tears somewhere. All right, let's do a game review of this. I'm kind of glad that was a shorter game, because I'm kind of running out of time. I'm going to be visiting family in North Shore of Wisconsin coming up here for Independence Day, so I'm going to have to leave very, very soon. I probably shouldn't have started a stream, but I usually stream Friday nights, and I wasn't going to be able to this time, so I'm like, oh, I got to do something beforehand. Let's jump into a quick game review, though. I'll stop rambling. So let's see. All right. So my opponent had 80% accuracy, and again, that is if whoever you are, if you're in stream Isaac, you should be pretty happy playing an 80% game against like someone so much higher rated than you. That's really good. Let's go in and kind of dive in with where you could have changed things up. I'm going to switch things around and look at it from my opponent's perspective as we kind of go through here. As a reminder, Saturday night, I will be back from my trip Saturday night, and I'll be doing a stream dedicated to helping beginners between 100 and 750 elo. So if you are a beginner or in that elo range, you can go ahead and send me a message on chess.com and send me some games that you'd like me to review, and I'll review the games live on stream. I'll come up with like a lesson plan for you and sort of what you can do to improve. You know, I'm not like a grandmaster, but I'm still intermediate, and you know, still happy to help. And hey, it's free, so you can't really complain about that. Yeah. Okay, so opponent starts with f3. I always do a Caro-Kann as black. Yeah, I know, it's a Caro-Kann, it's boring. A lot of people say Caro is boring, but it's solid. If anyone has any other openings that they'd like to do for black, please, you know, let me know. Oh, yeah, pinback, that's okay. I mean, seriously, I'm not like here to make fun of anyone. I can show you some of my games when I first started on chess.com, and I've made quite a lot of blunders. So no, we're not here to like poke fun at anyone, and obviously like blunders and being able to figure out hanging pieces and you know, stop that. I mean, that's a good, obviously that's something that everyone needs to do to get better. But there's other things too, like other openings maybe that might be better for like your style of play. Just kind of like ideas into the middle game. I found for me, like when I was even 1000 elo, I had no idea what to do in the middle game most of the time. I'd get through my beat and like, plus, at that time, I was playing a lot of London, like vanilla London as white, so I knew exactly where to put the pieces, you know, because it's a system opening, but I didn't know the middle game plans, and that really held me back for a long time. So if nothing else, I can kind of go through your games and give you some ideas for, like, what you can be doing in the middle game, and just, you know, just ways to help. Okay. So, my opponent, look at this. This is great. I mean, I would have preferred, being a Caro player, I would have preferred that they push e4. Because Because e4, it just ends up being a more testing line. The thing is, I feel like if you are playing against a Caro-Kann, it is your goal to force your opponent to prove that they know what they're doing, okay? So you want to go with, like, really testing lines against the Caro-Kann. The advance is good. The advance, actually, you can do an advance, and if they ever push, you can actually take, and you force them to maybe try to re-attack your pawn right away, and you defend it, and you cramp their opening. That's definitely a possibility. The fantasy is really good at low level, just completely dominating. So I'm just gonna real quickly say what I think my opponent should have done in this situation. So it's fine, you know, it's fine playing the knight first. If you're a beginner, I always say, like, fighting for the center is super, super important. So you fight for the center like this, you can always, at this point, go into the fantasy variation of the Caro-Kann, which is playing f3. The idea is most people at your level are going to take, because it's an offered pawn. You retake, and then a lot of the most natural developing moves don't do anything at all for black. Like, let's get the knight out. Well, suddenly you're pushing your pawn to e5. That knight has to move somewhere. It can't move over here because that's just hanging the knight. It feels really bad to go back home, so a lot of people then will move over here. But now you've blocked the bishop's development. The other knight can't get out to either of the two squares it really wants to go to, and it's just really, really good. So anyway, tangent aside, let's go back and see what happened. So Pinback, you're new, played a lot when you were a kid, 40 years ago. That's okay. I played a lot when I was a kid too, and then my dad wasn't really super supportive of my chess, and we didn't have a chess club at my school. Well, we did, but I created it, and it was like three kids. So even though I was really good, I didn't really go anywhere with it. And then graduating, I got into poker, like, in college, so I always wonder where I'd be if I just stuck with chess, you know? But the thing is, it's never too late to learn. You know, there's a lot of people online that'll try to discourage you and say, like, oh, you're too old to learn chess. You can't do it anymore because you're old. But yeah, the thing is, it gets harder to get better at chess as you get older because you have you have, like, obligations. You know, you've got, like, a mortgage and kids and, you know, a job, a career, all these other things. But you can still learn, you know? The biggest thing is believing in yourself. I hate that that's, like, a trope, like, believe in yourself. But no, I mean, seriously, don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do. And slow, steady progress, you know? That's the way. That's okay. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, you're not bad at all. Seriously, that's not bad. How many games have you played? Let's see. 18 games. Well, 18's enough to get, like, established, so this rating that you have here, 908, that seems pretty accurate then. Yeah, that's not bad. I'd say the biggest thing, too, that helped me is, and you hear a lot of people talking about it, is puzzles. I would say that it's not going to be instantaneous. It's going to take a long time. Like, I've been doing puzzles now since I created my chess.com account about a year ago. Oh, it stinks because I want to recommend different websites that have free puzzles. I want to, but I can't because I'm a chess.com affiliate. Yeah, but just saying, there could be other websites out there that have free puzzles that don't require you to get in a paid account if you search for them. There might be, but there might not be. But there probably are. No, yeah, that's really, yeah, you're doing really well. Do you mind if I friend you? Well, I'm gonna friend you, and if you don't want me to friend you, you can just deny the friend request. So, all right, cool. And yeah, if you can, please shoot me a follow over here on Twitch. I'm trying to get to 25 followers so that I can kind of unlock all of the different, like, the Twitch emotes and all the different, like, you know, all the different account level perks that you get for becoming a Twitch affiliate. So, ooh, I got a message. Oh, let's look at the message. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'm actually going to finish this review that I was doing instead of getting sidetracked. But yeah, I'd love to see you again, like, if you're free on Saturday night and you want to, I can kind of take a look at your games. But I have a feeling, like, you'll get there no matter what. Whether you're getting advice from someone or not, I think you'll, you know, get to where you want to be. As long as, I mean, I'm not going to lie, it might be a little difficult for either one of us to become a Grandmaster, but we can try. Do you have a specific elo you're trying to get to? Like, something you'd be happy with? Oh, that's so cool. Ah, that's awesome. Ha, that's pretty cool. Are you guys still in touch? That's awesome. I don't know. I'm not, like, obsessed with GMs, but it would be cool to, like, if I got good enough to actually, like, play one, you know? Like, in the chess.com pool, one showed up. Or an IM. Any, like, titled player. I'm not saying I have to be a titled player myself, but if I got the chance to, like, play them occasionally, that'd be cool. Yeah. Well, that's a good perspective. Yeah, just... because honestly, that's the most important thing. There's a lot of, especially people as they get older and try starting chess, you can kind of run into ladder anxiety with, like, actually motivating yourself to play because you're worried you're gonna lose elo. I mean, I guess that happens at any range and any age range, any game. There can always be ladder anxiety. So yeah, the most important thing is just to get out there and start playing games and review the games if you have time. Reviewing the games afterwards is really emotionally painful, like destructive on your self-esteem when you have a horrible loss and you have to review it afterwards. But overall, in the long term, it helps a lot. Editor of the Scotland Chess Magazine. Oh, that's so cool. Ah, that's awesome. Alright. One of these days I'll finish reviewing this game. Okay, yeah, everything here looks great from Isaac. So Isaac, if you're watching the stream or you come back later and you check it out, since, you know, it'll be on my Twitch for a while. Yeah, you did really well here. This is all good stuff. I just think that for you, one of the things you want to do, though, like I might have mentioned a bit earlier, is you want to be a little bit more aggressive with your play, because, and this goes for, like, any elo. This goes for my elo. I had someone show up in stream last week, and they told me, you know, honestly, that the best thing I could do for my game to reach, like, 1500 elo, which is my goal at the end of the year, is just play more aggressively, because the more you're testing your opponent, the more pressure you are applying to them. And understand, when I say pressure, I don't mean go crazy and sacrifice everything. So kind of, like, tone it down a bit, you know? But as long as you're making sort of these calculated plays and putting pressure on your opponent's pieces, most of the time your opponents are eventually going to slip. And you just have to pressure them and put them into an uncomfortable situation. And especially if you're under 1,000 elo, that works so often. Like, yeah, if you apply a little bit of pressure and are just careful not to hang any of your pieces, you're going to win a lot of games. So let's continue here. So now they play e4. But again, it would have been so much more powerful if you play e4 real early in the game, because there's a lot going on, you know, a lot of, I can bring in a lot of attackers to e4. Sure, you technically have more defenders, like, as you're pushing it, but as we saw, like, it's still not a great idea. It works out way better earlier. Alright, so we take there, which is an inaccuracy. In Caro-Kann lines, and like I said, I'm not, like, the highest level player ever, but I am really experienced at the Caro-Kann. And in a lot of Caro-Kann lines, this bishop goes to die. Like, it's sad, you know. As a commander, I'm sending it to its death. Oh, that makes me sound mean. But in this case, I am mean. Because this bishop, most of the time, needs to die, like, once it gets outside the pawn chain. So, that's what I did. It's probably best not to take there, but I was sort of trying to rip away defenders. Let's see. Yeah, this is really the only thing they kind of missed here, was the fact that with this pawn, can't draw lines, with this pawn out of the way, I am attacking the queen, they have to do something about it, and then I just take back a free pawn there. So they missed that. But again, not the end of the world. I think in this situation, I kind of like for Isaac to play bishop to e3, just, you know, to tempo the queen back. That was good too. I wonder if the engine likes... Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, engine likes that a little bit better. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that pin back. I'm the like I said, I'm the same way. I think a lot of chess players are the same way now. Like, you can get like 100% accuracy in the opening. That's not super difficult if you know what you're doing. But then, you know, it's really difficult to get above, I'd say, 70%, 75% in the middle game. Usually for me, there's like it's kind of like a roller coaster. I will have really good openings, and I will have disastrous middle games a lot of times, but I've studied, I've done a lot of endgame theory and prep, so usually I turn it around in the endgame. But yeah, middle games, I've gotten a lot better, because certain openings have certain sort of ideas that you want to do in the middle game. But yeah, no, I hear you. Middle games are difficult. Okay, so yeah, so Isaac probably should have played e3 there to tempo the queen, and then, like, I think what would have been nice here is you tempo the queen. My queen has to go. I mean, back is an option. I kind of was thinking if you did that, I'd end up going here, just staying close to this possible vulnerable bishop, and then I think you could have probably castled here. And I think it would have been a little bit better sequence. You know, again, just providing threats. It's since you're not threatening me a lot in this line, I'm kind of able to do what I want because you're not threatening me. So that allows, since there's no threats, I can do what I want. I can get the bishop over here. I can remove a defender of this bishop. Right here. Yeah, your best move here, I think I really like rook to d1. Again, you're counterattacking here. You're creating a threat, and I have to decide, you know, what to do and how to handle that. So you're testing me. And again, if you test your opponent enough times, eventually they're going to fail the test. So, yep, at this point it kind of all fell apart. Also, as a like real low elo player, a lot of low elo players really don't like trading queens because they over depend on their queen. So yeah, this is the way to go. I mean, if you're ahead pieces, get those queens off the board. That's just fine. All right, and there we go. I just saw a challenge pop up. If you toss me a challenge unrated, Just make sure it's unrated, please. I don't want to either gain a bunch of elo off of you, or like I said, if I drop below 1200 right now to a random challenge, I will be very sad. I'll have to start day drinking or something. Day drinking coffee, by the way. I don't know what you people thought I was talking about. Yeah. I'm already day drinking coffee. I agree, and like I agree that most of the time you want to be you do want to be playing with rated games. I do agree for most of the time that's the way to go. I don't like doing rated games for like if there's a huge elo difference, because like also if I win a game against someone much lower elo and it's rated, then they're potentially, you know, losing elo, or otherwise, like, I'm losing, you know, I just... Yeah, oh, right. Yeah, that's because they were so low elo that, there was no point loss for them, because, like, technically, I think with me being, like, 1,000 elo higher than them, that's, like, a less than a 1% chance, I think, of them winning. But... Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. I'll go ahead and take it. Let's see. And it's another one where... Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to, I'm not gonna do this. Oh, actually, sure. Okay, why not? They're never going to... Okay, so, Natkalite, is that how you pronounce it? Just make sure to go ahead and mute your, the audio of the stream, if you are in stream. Okay, you're gonna win, by the way, so good luck to you. I'm hoping I'm going to learn something from this. I will learn how badly that you are going to beat me, probably. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good stuff. It looks like they are trying to do a Dutch against me. This might work, but, I think it does. I think they're able to, if I go here, they're able to just shut things down rather nicely. So I don't think I can do that. When in doubt, like, I don't play a lot against the Dutch. I watch people on YouTube play the Dutch, but I don't play the Dutch a lot. So I'm just gonna do some regular development right now. Yeah. In the Dutch, this is a weak diagonal, but you've got the knight there, so I'm not really worried. I think under this circumstance, I'm going to develop the knight before playing my my pawn. So, because at this point, see, the Jabava London that I play a lot, it's a system for sure, but it's more flexible, I'd say, than, like, less rigid than an ordinary London. The thing for me right now is that this is not a Jabava. This, like, when you're going up against a Dutch or something like that, this is not a Jabava. So I'm just gonna go ahead. They can double my pawns if they want. They can jump in here, and then I think I'll just castle. I could just castle, or I can defend it, but that looks really weak too. Yeah, they're gonna go there. I guess just going here is fine. And then they're gonna take. Unfortunately, I'm gonna lose castling rights in this. Probably. Depends what they take with. I mean, it doesn't depend what they take with. I'm gonna lose some castling rights either way. almost thinking, it's so close to, like, yeah. Okay, the thing is, I can just move up, I think, and then I'm pinning it. Might be a horrible move, but we'll see. I just don't want to lose castling rights, and any other thing I lose castling rights. I still think I get, like, no matter what, I get it back. You know, I'm not really worried about them doing any nonsense here with their knight. Oh, that's good. They can go like that, and then they're a piece up. Okay, well, I gotta start developing some threats. I got nothing. I got no threats. No threats at all. I mean, I don't really want to trade off that piece there. I can come around, but then I'm still just trading. I don't really like that. Yeah, because now they're ahead, so I don't want to trade. I do want a castle, but I don't want to I don't want to trade. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of trading off my my bishop pair right now. I really need it since I'm already down. If this is, by the way, I mean, it's kind of, if this hadn't been a rating, like a challenge from a viewer, I don't know, people always go back and forth on, like, whether you should resign against, like, once you're a advanced level player, you know, and you lose a piece or, you know, something bad happens. I'm gonna say in this case, like, for sure I'm not resigning, because this is an opportunity for me to learn more things, so... I do kind of like the idea now of getting the pawn up there. I also kind of like the idea of getting my rook to e1 and then pushing, but I just don't... I always worry that I'm not going to have time to do all of that. I think if I push now, that might be the way to go. And then I can get my bishop in, and then maybe I can come up with some sort of situation where I can get my queen around. Maybe I can play my... Yeah, okay, there's some ideas. So I think I'm gonna go for it. I really wish I had one more tempo. I wish I had one more move, where then I would definitely get my rook involved. But I don't really have the time. Or maybe I do. Could turn out at the end of the game I look through the review and Fishy is like, you dummy, you could have easily done that. Still trying to attack my bishop. I don't want them to attack the bishop. That also defends the possible vulnerability there, so that's not bad. I need to get my rook over to E1 ASAP. It's just a question of what rook. Maybe the F rook, F to E1, probably looks a little bit better. Yeah. Well, they could tempo me. You know, I like playing here. God. It really feels like we are on the cusp of some, like, shenanigans over here with the king, but I just don't think it works yet. Yeah, I don't think it works quite yet. I think I need to do something here with my rook, so we're gonna get it on an open file. Semi-open file. Yeah, there's nothing over here. Oh my gosh. If only I had my dark squared bishop, I would think... Oh, well, I mean, I do have my dark squared bishop. I don't know. If I had it in position, that looks good. I could possibly do a sack. They've created some light squared vulnerabilities. I guess there's also just that. Because that's just possible checkmate if they're not careful. I move queen in here. They can only move here. Well, yeah, it's not because I got this. So maybe we should remove the knight. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should do some removing of some pieces or something. Otherwise I could push here. That doesn't get me anything either right now. I'm probably getting ready for more shenanigans. I could doubling rooks probably isn't horrible. I could do... I can't really do any sort of rook lift. I could do something like that to further weaken, but... yeah, I could. And then they'd play there. I think it still might work, though. Let's see. Hold on a second. If I play there and they play up, which would be a horrible move to weaken their king, could I just not take and still have some threats? I wouldn't even have to. If they do that... Actually, if they move up, I can just go directly in. And that looks pretty good. Yeah. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Well, guys, I'm not gonna lie. This looks way better for us than I thought. Because this might be checkmate. This is very nearly checkmate. Yeah. Oh, that's a good move. That's a really good move. I want to see if there's anything we can do to... If I could just get the knight in here... I don't think there is. So I think I'm going to have to do is try to rook lift. I can maybe try to get a rook lift and attack this pawn. Yeah, because otherwise I'd love to get that in there. You know what? I think this might be more potent. I think knight to h4 might be more potent, because then it is setting this up, and that's horrible. Yeah. Wow, the chat blocks move suggestions? Wow, that's cool. I was afraid I was going to have to get a moderator for that. That looks good. But then the king moves back, and then... Ooh, then I'm in trouble. Yeah. If I go here... King just moves back here. And then my queen is a little more trapped. But is that okay? Yeah, it's not super okay, but maybe then I can rook lift. It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation, that's for sure. Also, the queen's fine there. Well, I mean, it's not fine, but it's... no. We'll go in and we'll toss in a check. Okay. maybe we can do something like that, but I need more firepower. I need some firepower. Yeah, I do need some firepower in there. I could sacrifice a pawn there just to get, like, some activity. I'd like to get the rook around first, but again, I just don't think I have... I just don't think I have the time. If I go there, they have to take, then maybe I go around. Yeah, it's... Because if I go to c4 with the intent to pushing d5, I just don't think it's enough. But then again, I could also get around this way with that gone. We're gonna go for it. I'm running out of time. Again, if I lose... I'm playing a 2,000 rated player, so I mean... We can do that. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, this is a situation where I should only have like a 1% chance of winning, so I'm fine with the way this has turned out, especially because they got a piece up right away, and now I think I'll play this. I wish I had my rooks doubled already. I mean, they can go here or they can go here. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, which direction they go in. If they go there, I go here. Then they end up going... Well, they can't go there. Then they end up going back here or here. I don't think it really matters. Yeah. There's also, again, doubling, which I would like to do, but... Actually, I don't think there's anything wrong right now with doubling. Although, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. We'll just go and double. Oh, yep. That was the right move. At this point, it's pretty much resignable. We'll see what they do in the next move or two. Yeah, I'd love to get up to 2,000 ELO myself. I think it's probably possible, but I think for this year, I think a more realistic goal is 1,500 ELO rapid, and then 1,200 ELO blitz is what I'm trying to get by the end of the year, and that one's going to be a tall order, because I'm slow. Okay, that's pretty good. There's nothing there for me now. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. And that stops that, so yeah. Okay, let's take a look. I mean, obviously, we were at a huge disadvantage very early with them getting a free piece off of me. It's horrible because as it was happening, I'm like, I know that castling is the right move. Like, just get castled and get away from that. You give up, like, a pawn in the exchange, I guess, but it's, like, way better, so that's what I should have done. Alright, you know what? 78%. Again, I'm fine with that. That's fine. 74%. Oh, my big dumb head is in the way. Let me try to move my big dumb head. No, my big dumb head won't move far enough. Oh well. Anyway, they had 95% accuracy in the opening compared to my 74, and then in the middle game, I had 73.4 and they had 79.1. So let's go ahead and take a look and see where we went wrong. I mean, I think we already identified exactly where we went wrong and probably what we should have done. But let's take a look. I don't play against the Dutch ever, so I'm okay losing to it because it's a good experience. Alright, all this is fine. At this point, I mean, I can't play it like a Jabava because it is not a Jabava. One of the fun things about a Jabava, if your opponent allows it, is if you can jump in and get a fork into this situation. That does not work here because if I were to jump trying to do a fork, they can just block it with D6. So, and that's fine. That should, as a Jabava player, that should never be your first idea to go for this fork trick here. It's amazing when it works, and it does still work somehow, even at like 1200 elo, but never should be your first idea. Okay, that was wrong. I probably should have just, not that. I probably should have just played E3. Yeah, okay. So, what I probably should have done is played E3 and gotten my bishop out right away, just to avoid the pin here and the knight coming in, because that would have been a different story if I would have just had this bishop developed first. Still not the end of the world. So there's that, and yeah, okay. I had to retake and lose castling rights and lose the knight in this situation. Oh, that is, yeah. Oh wait, miss. Hold on a second. What is the best move there? Oh. Okay. That's amazing. Wow. What a crazy move. Like I said, I never play against Dutch structures, so I'm not aware. Wow. So I could have just had them right there. If I would have allowed all that and lost castling rights and allowed them to take my rook, that just would have been the end of their queen. There's nothing they can do. They'd have to take there and end up in this situation. Wow, that's just wild. That's crazy. I'll have to remember that going forward for the Dutch, that, like, overall, this business here, while it looks scary, it can really put them into a bad spot. Like, right as soon as this knight leaves f6, and right as soon as something happens to the knight here, yeah, it's just a free queen. That's crazy. Alright, I'll remember that one. Okay, let's go quickly through the rest of the moves. I don't think I did anything super horrible for the rest of the game. It's just being at such a disadvantage. But we played on. Saving the bishop was the right thing to do. I definitely didn't want to trade down more when I'm behind. So I got that bishop out of there. Didn't like the rook. Didn't like moving the rook. Well, it's an inaccuracy. So, not a full-on mistake, but... Okay, it wanted me to just jump in right away. I was fine developing the rook, though. Alright. queen to d3 was the correct move. Bishop there's the correct move. And that equalized it. Look at that. That is crazy. We're at a complete stalemate situation now. This is crazy too because I'm 3 points down going into this. I'm 3 points down, so basically I have a huge initiative. Okay, cool. Well, let's look at what we should have done, because obviously we blundered it. Moving the queen in there was the correct move. Moving the knight to h4 was the mistake. Okay. Because otherwise I thought... what was my other ideas at the time? I think I was thinking, too, of, like, I could double the rooks right now. Yeah, I did think about doubling the rooks right now. What's the best move? Oh, geez. I saw that as well, because I imagined after takes, and you can go down here and... Yeah, I saw that. I just didn't think it was that great. But I guess it is. I guess it is great, because the king has to go back. Maybe then we can get our bishop in here. If the king moved here, there'd be discovery checks, maybe. That's super interesting. Okay. Oh, cool. It's amazing how just like in chess, just one wrong move is the difference between stabilizing and winning and losing it all. So yeah, queen in there, they found that. That was good. Okay, d5 was good. All this was pretty good stuff. They just happened to find all the best moves, which again, they're a almost a 2,000 elo player, so they should find the best moves. All right. So I think we're done for today. I should have left like 15 minutes ago on my trip, but we're gonna call it for now. Thanks everyone for watching. If you haven't followed me, again, please shoot me a follow. I'm trying to get to 25 followers so that I can unlock more of my account on Twitch. And beyond that, if you're a beginner or want me to try to help you with your chess game, join me again Saturday night. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.